Hi there. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. I'm getting ready to start your you versus them reading. And let's see, you also had two questions. We have Jennifer and Michael. And we want to know, does Michael have any plans with this connection with Jennifer? And will Michael ever make the move towards Jennifer in this connection? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle the deck, and I'm going to get 3 cards each for you, him, and then the connection. And we'll get 1 card for the overall energy, and we'll also clarify that with a few oracle cards, and then we'll ask the questions, and we'll see what either comes through channel wise, and we'll probably also pull some cards. All right. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for being here today with me to bring about the best possible message for Jennifer, for the highest possible outcome for everyone in her timeline. My word. Let's see here. I can just get the cards in my hand to shuffle them proper. Thank you, Holy Spirit. All right, first let's get 3 cards for Jennifer. Mercy, I thought they were all going to come at once. Thank you so much for purchasing an in-depth personal reading. Hopefully this gives you the clarity and guidance you need for your best possible outcome. We only want the truth. We only want the truth. All right, so. Okay, this one. Now we're going into Michael. Ooh. Okay. And Michael. Is this the connection? Okay. Now we're going into, we're going into the connection. All right, sorry. Okay, and now we're going to get 1 for the overall energy of the relationship. Overall energy of the entire thing. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for bringing forth a message for Jennifer today. Thank you, as always, for allowing my voice to bring healing to all who hear it. And thank you for your guidance and protection. Okay, so, oh no, this is crazy. 2 cards came out for the connection. So we will go over that, and we will clarify with some oracle cards. Now first, let's see, we got you with the Seeker in the upright, followed by the Ace of Water, followed by the Explorer of Fire. Then for Michael, we got Child of Water, 8 of Air, and then we got 8 of Earth on the shadow side. Okay. For the connection between the 2 of you, we have first card out, the 4 of Water in the upright. Next card out was the Ace of Fire in the upright. And then the last card for the connection is 21, Gaia, the world. Okay. And then the overall energy was this 10 of Earth followed by the Sun card. They both came out together. But the 10 of Earth was the first. Yeah. So we will clarify that. But let's start out and get the book. See what the book has to say about the actual meanings of your cards. Thank you, highest holy angels, ancestors, and spirit guides. The Seeker is the Fool card. This speaks of a new beginning. The description says, the Seeker begins a journey, taking a moment to contemplate the road ahead before setting off down the hillside. Perhaps she is murmuring a prayer or setting an intention. She travels lightly, carrying all she needs in her bundle. She has embroidered a butterfly on the back of her vest, signifying her delight in taking wing and setting out on her own path. A great mountain rises in the east, and the river slowly meanders on its own journey from the mountain range down to the bay and the ocean beyond. The Seeker is at that stage of life between childhood and adulthood, when anything is possible. Her life lies before her like a page waiting to be written. With Fox as her trickster companion, who knows what surprises may await her? Swallows and swallowtails flit and flutter around her, guiding her way. So, when you get this card, it says, you are starting a new journey with a beginner's mind. It's time to hit the road, either metaphorically or literally. Every time you set out on a journey, whether it's a one-day hike or a new career, you embark on a spiritual journey as well. Be open to all the twists and curves in the road ahead. Be ready for wonderful surprises. Keep your heart open and maintain an attitude of innocence, trust, and spontaneity. Remember that many innovators, creators, and explorers were considered foolish by the conventional wisdom of their time. Dare to take a risk. Before you is a brand new adventure, the chance for a fresh start and endless possibilities. Now, I'm not sure if your cards are signifying your past, present, future, maybe? Okay, so the themes associated with this soul lesson card, you want to get a journal, and you want to start journaling. Every morning, write down what dreams you had last night, and every night, write down the things that you're grateful for that happened today. And then, if you get readings, like if you come to the general collective readings, write down the journal questions and work on those. It'll help you out. So the themes associated with the soul lessons: spiritual quest, pilgrimage, innocence, childlike wonder, a new beginning, simplicity, spontaneity, adventure, taking a risk, the wisdom of the Fool, Alpha and Omega. Some journal questions for you to write down and ponder. What journey do I begin today? How can I cultivate beginner's mind? How can I be more childlike? Have I lost my sense of wonder? How can I reconnect with it? Where or how in my life do I feel foolish? Is this my perception or the judgment of others? Where or how do I need to lighten up? What grand adventure would I like to have? Where do I need to take a risk? What is shape-shifting or changing in my life? What am I carrying in my bundle? Is my baggage light or is it heavy? How can I simplify my life? What kind of healing does the Seeker offer me? What kind of healing can I offer the earth through the example of the Seeker? The affirmation, I make my life a walking prayer. And your next card was the Ace of Water in the upright. It's time to follow your heart's desires, instincts, and intuition. Your heart is full and you desire connection with others in friendship, romance, or with compassion. You may be setting out on a pilgrimage or quest to find your own personal holy grail. Go with the flow of the river as it makes its way down to the sea. It's the second time I've heard that for you. Trust the wisdom of your own heart. The affirmation, I seek my heart's desire. This is really good energy, Jennifer. Thank you for letting me read for you. The Explorer of Fire was last for Jennifer's personal side of things. Let's see. The description says, the Explorer of Fire spins her flaming orbs through the darkness, making a pattern of dazzling light that arcs, loops, and falls. Her movements are as sensuous and sinuous as a serpent and just as mesmerizing. She has practiced long hours to make her movements look effortless, but the skill of fire spinning requires her to be balanced, coordinated, flexible, and daring. She wears the mask of a fire goddess. In her trance state, perhaps she becomes one. As the flames whoosh around her, she enters the silence at the center of the circle. Fire dancers say that none of them escapes being burned at least once. Fire consumes and transforms. Fire is dangerous, erotic, and hot. The fire spinner's ally is Salamander, who offers the gift of assisting us through our transformations or re-energizing us when life seems devoid of passion. It says, when you get this card, someone is playing with fire. What fast-paced, high-energy situations are being ignited? Taking risks energizes. This is a chance to entertain and dazzle. Share your enthusiasm and let the sparks fly. Creativity and eroticism can revitalize something that has become stale. The Explorer inspires others by taking a bold stand. She is willing to ignore possible danger, moving quickly and fearlessly on important issues that she is passionate about. Be bold. Now is the time to take courageous action. The affirmation, I dare to be transformed by the flames of passion and creativity. And I'm realizing I forgot to read the description of the Ace of Water for you, and I'm not sure why. Thank you, Spirit. That's weird, but it's coming out now, so I'm going to go ahead and read the description now. It says, salmon have spawned in a deep pool on the side of a river. Bright orange eggs are scattered among the rocks at the bottom of the pool. The just hatched alevins and a salmon fingerling start to explore their watery world. Salmon's journey is one of descent and return, the archetypal shaman's journey. Salmon will travel hundreds of miles downstream to the ocean, then back again to the stream where they were born to give birth to the next generation. In Celtic mythology, salmon is the embodiment of wisdom. Okay, now we have Michael's side of things. Starts out with the Child of Water. This one says, the Child of Water stands at the tide line where the water meets the shore. As the tide flows and ebbs, treasures are uncovered, then covered up once more. The water's edge is a place of fascination and magic for children and adults alike. The child points to a bright orange sea star she has discovered. Nearby, a hermit crab scuttles by, carrying its house on its back. All around her, rocks and shells are strewn like jewels. Sunlight sparkles on the water. Behind her, Mama Ocean rises and falls, ebbs and flows, and the sound of her ripples and waves are a lullaby of the heart. When you get this card in the upright, the Child of Water is tender-hearted and dreamy and has a rich imaginary life. She may be attracted to a new spiritual path or philosophy or drawn to a new art medium. She may be experiencing love for the first time. She needs to embrace her emotions, dreams, and imagination and let her heart be filled. The affirmation, I imagine a life filled with love, art, and spirituality. Next was the Eight of Air in the upright. Eights signify taking action, empowerment, transforming visions into reality. This one says, a small group of people sit in a circle holding counsel. One man holds a talking piece. and speaks, while the others attentively listen. Perhaps they are planning a political action, remembering the words of Margaret Mead. Never doubt the ability of a small group of concerned citizens to change the world. They might be supporting each other's dreams and goals. Maybe they are collaborating on an art project. Or they could be participating in the deep transformation that happens when we tell our authentic stories and we know we are heard when others listen deeply from their hearts. In the upright, you are being challenged to transform your vision into reality with a little help from your friends. In a circle, everyone shares power and leadership rotates. I got a tickle in my throat. That usually means it's some kind of important thing coming. Okay, it says, in the book The Circle Way, Christina Baldwin and Anne Linnea urge us to listen to each other with compassion and curiosity, and to ask for what we need and offer what we can. It may not be easy to co-create a vision with others, but the rewards of cooperation and collaboration are well worth it. May we all learn to speak with intention, listen with attention, and take responsibility for the well-being of the circle. And the affirmation for this one says, we see it, so be it. Now the last card on Michael's side of things was the 8 of Earth in the shadow side. The description says, like a master craftsman and his apprentice, a father teaches his young daughter to drum. He is a mentor and role model to her, and the devotion between them seals the lessons of rhythm and tempo. As she learns the intricacies of drumming, she cultivates patience, as skill is developed over many long hours of practice. The love and respect between a drummer and his drum is echoed in the love and respect between father and daughter, teacher and student. On the shadow side, they may not be ready or willing to put in the long hours of practice and training that are required to become skilled at any craft or profession. Or they may be frustrated because they've not found a mentor or a way to share their gifts. What can be done to share their brilliance with the world? Or what can you do to share your brilliance with the world? Affirmation, I cultivate patience as I learn so that I may share my gifts with others. Oh. Okay, so we're going to start on the cards, the 3 cards for the connection between the two of you. 4 of Water was first. A young woman gazes into the waters of Chalice Well, a holy well in Glastonbury, England. Is she sad and grieving, or is she at peace? She may be scrying the patterns on the surface of the water, or contemplating the mysteries of the well's red waters. The lady of the well murmurs secrets in her ear as she gazes at the water. If her own personal well is empty and in need of replenishment, it will be filled to overflowing in this sacred place. So, it says, it's time to replenish your emotional reserves. Spending time near a body of water cleanses and purifies us, whether it's a beach, river bank, or sacred well. Somehow a river is prominent. You may want to make a pilgrimage to a sacred place near your home or far away. If you do, remember to take along an offering for the guardian spirits. By honoring them, you open the way to receiving their blessings. The affirmation, I allow the sacred waters to pour peace and contentment into me. So, maybe you guys need to get away together and go to the water for healing and rejuvenation. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Maybe you individually need some healing, deal with some emotional things before you can have the way you want it. So, here we go with the next card. The Ace of Fire. A snake has just broken his way out of an egg and is encountering the world for the first time. Because of his ability to shed his skin and grow into a new one, snake has long been a symbol of renewal and transformation. In the background, we see sparks shooting from a hidden flame, symbolizing the fires of creativity, sexuality, and empowerment. You are bursting with new energy. This might be what happens after you get away and get the healing done. Your sense of self is heightened and you're feeling assertive. You are charged with creativity and can't wait to begin new projects. You may be discovering a new way of expressing your sexuality. You are beginning a transformation of some kind and quite possibly a healing as well. The affirmation, I am ablaze with creativity and passion. So I am getting there's some kind of a healing that needs to go on within the connection and individually. Maybe there's apologies that need to be made, or things that need to be accepted about each other. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Okay, so the last card for the connection is the World card, Gaia. This is the best card. I think if you guys do the work, you're going to have magic. Okay, so 21, Gaia, the world. May all beings be blessed. The silver-haired grandmother of all holds Mother Earth in her arms, gazing at her with all the joy and tenderness a mother has for her newborn child. The daughter is here too in the form of a swallowtail butterfly. Can this be the same swallowtail we saw on the Seeker card? Prayers for the planets. For the planet are perpetually made as prayer flags flutter in the breeze. The wreath of blessing herbs, cedar, sage, sweetgrass, and lavender, creates the Mandorla gateway, guarded by animals of the four directions. May all beings be blessed. May there be peace on our beloved Gaia. When you get this card in a reading, you know that all shall be well, as the medieval mystic Julian of Norwich sang. This card is the best of all possible cards to get in a reading because it represents the culmination of your spiritual journey. It signifies wholeness and an integration of your spiritual, emotional, and physical lives. A major stage or cycle of your life is complete and a new one will soon begin. Receiving this card invites you to pause before the next chapter and celebrate the fullness of this time. Before you rush into becoming the seeker once more, allow this important completion to fill your heart with gratitude and profound joy. You may have had a transcendent epiphany where you became aware of the life energy of the planet and experienced Mother Earth as a living being. This kind of cosmic consciousness is hard to describe, but once experienced is always part of you. Your life becomes a cosmic dance in which you forget and remember, forget and remember. When this card appears, you remember your birthright as a child of heaven and earth. The soul lesson themes, I'll put this to where you can actually see all the little, it's a little blurry. Okay, so wholeness, unity, success, wellness, cooperative humanity, fulfillment, completion, thanksgiving, integration, and accomplishment. And some journal questions to write down and ponder. What cycle is reaching completion in my life? How am I blessed? Is my life balanced on spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical levels? Have I ever had a mystical experience where I experienced oneness with the universe? If so, what happened after that experience faded? What kind of daily spiritual practice do I have? What is my relationship with the earth? What do I believe about the universe, the earth, and God or goddess? What kind of healing does Gaia, the world, offer me? What kind of healing can I offer the earth through the example of Gaia? Affirmation. All shall be well, and all shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well. Okay, and so the overall through the whole entire thing is the Ten of Earth followed by the Sun. The Ten of Earth, okay. So in the deep forest, we come across a nurse stump or nurse log, a tree that has fallen during a storm or been cut down. As the log decays, it provides fertile ground for new growth to take root in its dying body. Insects and fungi hurry along the decomposition process, Squirrels and other creatures may perch or roost there, adding food scraps and scat to the rich humus. Soon, moss, ferns, and mushrooms appear in the seedlings of new trees. Many years later, you will see full-grown trees whose roots have grown over one of these nurse stumps or logs. In the background, an elderly gentleman walks the forest path through dappled shade and sunshine, heading for the spot that opens up into the light. So do we pass along our wisdom to the next generation, that they might flourish as we pass on. When you get this card, something you thought had ended in your life is beginning to burst forth with new shoots. Perhaps it is the wisdom of your parents and your ancestors that you pass along to those who come after you. It may also be that the long journey to see your work succeed is finally paying off. What do you consider to be great wealth? It has been said that what we have done for ourselves alone dies with us, but what we have done for others remains. In what ways does your work support and sustain others? Maybe you guys have a mission together. Once all your individual healing is complete and you can come together, you may very well have an earthly mission to help humanity. Affirmation: I know that my life's work will benefit the coming generations. And the sun. 19. Radiant joy is your last card for this tarot deck, at least. It says, from the shadows of the moon we move into the clear light of day. A woman dances for joy at the peak of the sun's power at noon on summer solstice. Even the sunflowers behind her are radiating happiness. As she dances, she experiences the sensation known as flow. She is so focused and engaged in her dancing that she loses all sense of self and the passage of time. She has learned how to create happiness for herself by living a life of purpose and by sharing her joy with others. There is no hidden agenda here. No sadness or darkness or stress, just the sheer joy of being alive. When you get this card, you may find a big smile on your face. With a huge burst of energy, your spirit is shouting out a great big yes. You are healthy, energetic, and enthusiastic with a warm and generous heart. It is your time to shine in the world. Perhaps you have accomplished a long-term goal or are receiving accolades and attention for the good work you've done. Perhaps you have begun to notice the small moments every day that make you happy. On some level, you've chosen to be happy and have created a life that supports it. Now is the time to engage with family, friends, and community. Step into the flow of creativity or other favorite activities where worry and self-consciousness cease to exist. When our hearts are open, it is easy and a great pleasure to share and be of service. I really think you guys have a mission of service. Celebrate and get out and play in the sunshine. Sing, dance, make love. Let your creativity run free. Shine on. The soul lesson themes: happiness, joy, consciousness. Out in the open, nothing is hidden. Being the center of attention. Vitality, good health, celebration, radiance, enthusiasm, and illumination. Some journal questions to write down and ponder. Where do I find happiness? How do I create happiness in my life? When do I experience flow? What am I celebrating? How have I achieved success? What brings me joy? How do I share my happiness with others? What is now completely clear? What kind of healing does the sun offer me? What kind of healing can I offer the earth through the example of the sun? And the affirmation: I choose to make a life that creates happiness for myself and others. Now I'm going to pull some oracles for some clarification on the overall energy, and I'm going to ask for something for outcome. We have your questions that you want as well. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for providing a few of these cards for clarification on these overall energies for the entire package that is Jennifer and Michael. Thank you for bringing something to bring out the highest possible outcome, to bring the biggest pile of love for everyone concerned. The most healing. Got one. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for bringing this message today. May it guide them along their way and bring them all the joy and happiness. Oh, okay. I thought only one flipped upside down, but it was two. So there's 3 of those to clarify. Let's see. Hopefully one of these give us a hint on the outcome. Oh my. Sacredness. The name of the illustration, the light worker. I think you guys might be light workers like me. Enlightenment. Tour guides is the name of the illustration. And prosperity with Atlantean priestess as the... I got goosebumps. You guys, whatever is going on, if you're having issues, heal those things. Get it together. You got a mission. Let's see what the book has to say. That's what Spirit says. Let's see what the book says. Wowzers, you guys. Good, good, good. Thank you for letting me read for you. I was not expecting a divine union. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, you know, it is what we make of it. It's all in our intentions, you know. Everything has to be open and honest. We all got to be able to talk to each other. If there is no darkness in it, let it grow. Sacredness was the first card for your oracles, which is clarifying the entire package of you guys. Wow. This image celebrates our sacred space within, where we can commune with the Holy of Holies. It calls us to frequent this place, deep in our heart where the divine resides. Solidify this sacred connection and bring it into our daily lives. Set up a small sacred space or altar in your home to honor the divine in your life. Commit to spend a little time there each day to pray, meditate, and connect with your divine creator. The special message: you are being inspired to honor the divine within you and not take for granted who you really are. With sincere reverence and respect, go within and ask the Creator to reveal to you your divine light. Now shine forth to all. Next is enlightenment. If it's at all possible, I think you have to share this video with Michael. This image celebrates greater perspective when you look at the whole of everything. It calls us to remove our blinders and limitations, to see the full picture, and to joyously appreciate the magnificence of the divine plan. Meditate on the earth and its place in the cosmos. See our species evolving to become enlightened beings, stepping into the role and responsibility of galactic citizenship. If we are being troubled by any minor irritations or problems at this time, pull back and put them in the perspective of the grand plan of the universe. The special message: you are being challenged to take it easy and chill out. You may be coming down hard on yourself or are being hard on someone close to you. Take a deep breath, turn the agitation over to the divine, and allow things to unfold in divine timing. I have a very strong feeling in my heart. You guys are star seeds. You came here with a mission. You have to remember it. I got goosebumps on my leg when I said that. Prosperity, Atlantean priestess. Ooh, maybe you are a priestess of Atlantis. This image celebrates the gems of our inner temple. Again with this, it calls us to cherish, cultivate, and expand our talents, and to nurture with love and gratitude our sacred connection with the divine. Establish your inner temple, your meeting place with the highest. See it in your mind's eye. Go inside your heart, the place of pure love and creation, and create an incredible sanctuary to go to at any time you desire. Promise yourself to visit it daily when you first wake up and the last thing you do before you fall asleep. Plant the seeds for health, wealth, abundance, and prosperity, joy, happiness, and love. The special message: you are being inspired to become more inner directed rather than being guided by outer influences. Stand strong in who you are. You are part of the divine. Okay, so now we are going to ask the questions, and I'm going to allow Spirit to just flip out however many cards are necessary for each question. Question number 1. Does Michael have any plans concerning a connection with Jennifer? Okay, and I'm going to pull from this deck. Or they're going to pull from this deck. This is The Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. These are wisdom cards. This is a book. You can actually look it up on the internet and find a free PDF and read it. And it's a mind awakening, expanding book. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for bringing an answer to the question at hand. Oh my, where'd that card go? Anything else for question 1? Does Michael have any plans concerning this connection with Jennifer? Question number 1, response. Do you want something from the tarot for this too? I'm not sure. Let me grab the tarot. I don't really have a yes-no deck. We have to decipher, I guess. Let me read you the card that came out from the Science of Mind Wisdom deck, okay? What it says is, seek the true. Let us seek the good and the true and believe in them with our whole heart. And then deeper union. We should daily feel a deeper union with... We should daily feel a deeper union with life, a greater sense of that indwelling God, the God of the seen and of the unseen within us. Okay. And now I'm going to pull from the tarot. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for bringing forth answers to the questions brought forth by Jennifer. As to Michael's intentions, and will he make a move, or is she going to have to make the move? Question 1, question 2, I want 2 cards. Question 1, question 2. Does Michael have any plans as to this connection? And will he be the one that makes the move? That's question 2. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, highest holy angels, ancestors, and spirit guides. One more card for, let's see, we need a card for question number 2. Will Michael make the move towards Jennifer? Will Michael make the move towards Jennifer? There's a helicopter going over right now, if that means anything to you. Alright, and we'll take them both for that question. So for the first question, we got the Explorer of Fire again, which I had read to you earlier. So that is the end of question 1. Question number 2. Will he ever make the move towards you? We got the Explorer of Water first. And then we got number 13, the Death card in the reverse. So let's see what the book has to say about that. The Explorer of Water was the first one. Surfing can be a form of deep meditation, a way of stopping the mind from thinking. As in meditation, if the surfer tries too hard to control his mind, he becomes rigid and tight. The wave then overtakes him and he wipes out. But the explorer of water knows how to be pulled into the present moment, hyper-aware and effortlessly concentrating. He dances on Mama Gaia's belly of water, the very essence of harmony and ease. He has found the sweet spot where all is effortless, moving with the wave that carries him with exquisite grace. His ally is Dolphin, who offers the gifts of balance, harmony, and the wisdom of deep breathing. When you get this card in a reading, this is joy that comes from within and is not dependent on outer circumstances. The Explorer of Water is romantic and charming, and others are drawn to the deep well of peace inside him. He loves yoga, meditation, and any of the mystical arts. He expresses his deep feelings and spirituality through art, music, or dance. He flows with great compassion for others and imagines things as they could be. Quote, "You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one." End quote. The affirmation, I am riding the deep waves of joy and peace in my life. I am not sure if that answers that question. In my mind, let's see what 13 in reverse is. This is dying and being born. The description says, a heron. I'm going to hold it in the upright so you can look at the picture. A heron lies dead in an old decaying boat near the beach. Ants and spiders crawl on the carcass and a vulture hovers overhead. Wild roses and elderberry grow up through the rotting boat and butterflies flit through the greenery. Sinuous ropes like snakes are coiled below the deck. To the west are the islands of the other world, and late afternoon sunlight sparkles on the water. In Celtic mythology, the other world, often conceived as islands, always lies to the west, and travelers often set off on their last journey by boat. Heron is a guardian spirit who stands at the gateway of life and death. Vultures feed on dead flesh and purify it, leaving only bones behind. Elderberry is an herb that is both medicinal and toxic. The flash of sunlight on water has been called the White Lady in some Celtic traditions, and is seen as an epiphany or manifestation of the goddess. When the heron sails home through the gates of the other world, those of us who are left behind stand in awe of the great mystery. On the shadow side, it says, profound permanent loss or change may be triggering intense fears of the unknown. The changes that are occurring may be needed, but there is denial around them, especially if it requires a loss of control or power. Ours is a culture that fears and hides from death, so it would not be surprising if there is someone who is resisting the process. Someone may be in deep pain over that which is ending and cannot move past their grief. This may be a time of stagnation or procrastination. Beware of a pessimistic or even deeply depressed mindset. The themes for the soul lesson card: transformation, physical death, conclusion, ending, transition, renewal. Journal questions: what is ending or needs to end in my life? How might this ending be a blessing in disguise? In what way might pruning back the dead wood or unnecessary in my life bring about a new vitality? What are my beliefs about death? Am I prepared for my own death? Do I have a will and other necessary end-of-life documents in place? What kind of end-of-life care do I want to have? What do I want done with my remains after I die? How do I honor that which has ended in my life? How do I remember my beloved dead? What kind of healing does death offer me? What kind of healing can I offer the earth through the example of death? And the affirmation, I accept the change that death brings in order that I may receive the transformation of rebirth. I'm not sure if those answered your questions. I am being told to say this. Ask your team, your spirit guides, to guide you. You can ask for them to show you a sign in nature as to whether or not it's the time for something. I really feel like there is some healing that needs to be worked on in both of you. And there is definitely a message of a path of service to the planet, the people. But ask for the signs from your team. Ask them for help. They can't help you unless you ask. But you can ask them to give you a sign of where his heart is right now. Maybe he's having some fears and anxieties, and he's got some stuff he's got to heal from the past in order to be able to have a good future with you. So go within, figure out what hurts you still have, work on healing those. Maybe stay open-minded as to the relationship. Maintain dialogue, conversations. You might want to share this video with him. There may be something in it that will speak to something within him to help his healing. But always know that I am sending you healing, and you are loved. God is on your side for the highest possible, best outcome for you. All of the angels and ancestors are working really hard for that. So do your work on your inner selves, work on your combined selves, and hopefully that will lead you to that sun card that was mentioned in your reading. I wish you all the best. Go out there and love somebody, including you. I'll see you next time.